The Lion Inside, and the story is by Rachel Bright and Jim Field. So if you see the cover of the story, you can see the picture. So try to think about the expression that the lion has on his face and that the mouse has on its face. Okay, so let's take a look at what the story has.
Here are some words to learn. Dusty, sparkled, mighty, craggy, incredibly, trod, ignored, forgotten, toothsome, important, raw, meek, fuzzy. Beast, feast, winner, scariest, slumbering, reclining, suddenly, company, befell, twinkling, fumble, tumble, whimpered.
In a dry, dusty place, where the sand sparkled gold, stood a mighty flat rock, all craggy and old. And under that rock, in a tiny full house, lived the littlest, quietest, meekest brown mouse. He was so very tiny, so incredibly small, that nobody noticed him ever at all. He got trod on and sat on and missed out for stuff, ignored and forgotten. Yes, mouse life was tough. Meanwhile, far above, on top of the rocks, times were quite different. It was 9 o'clock. This huge toothsome creature made sure everyone saw how important he was by how loud he could roar. He was head of the pack. He was shouty and tough. He loved showing the crowd that he was made of strong stuff. Yes, all were impressed by this mighty king cat. If only, thought Mouse, I could be more like that. Then, late one dark night, in his Minnie Mouse bed, the cleverest thought popped into his head. He jumped from the covers and held up a paw. "I've got it," he said. "What I need is a roar. I mean, what if this mouse, with the weeniest squeak, was a little more grrr and a little less meek? Well, he'd still be the smallest of fuzzy brown mice, but he'd make friends and join in, and life would be nice." "Yes," thought the mouse, "I must find out how. I will learn to roar, and I will learn it now." But gulp! Oh my gosh! There was only one beast who could teach him this thing, but might make him a feast. It was time to be strong, take a chance after all. Forever was such a long time to feel small. So he made himself brave, and he thought like a winner. He set off for the top, hoping not to be dinner. It felt like the scariest thing he could do. But if you want things to change, you first have to change you. The further he climbed, the closer he got to the slumbering lion reclining on top. Then at last, as he stood on his tippity toes, he found himself suddenly nose to nose. Pardon me. Wake up, Mr. Lion. What I've come to you for is, Squeak, do you think you could teach me your roar? A silence befell that twinkling plain. Lion opened his eyes and puffed out his mane. Time slowed right down. Why, it felt like a week. Then he opened his mouth and let out... The lion was shaking, his paws all a fumble. He was backing away with a scrambling tumble. Don't hurt me, he whimpered. Oh, try to be nice. Oh, well, my goodness. This lion was frightened of mice. Don't worry, Mouse peeped. I'm a friend, not a foe. Let's rock this together. We'll have fun, don't you know? That was a magical moment for sure, when Mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He had found his true voice and learned to speak out. And for that, you don't need to roar or to shout. And from that day and always, the two were a pair. They both liked that rock better, now that the rock was to share. The mouse, while still little, felt big in his head. And Lion, he still roared, but with a laugh instead. Yes, that day they both learned that no matter your size, we all have a mouse and a lion inside.
Questions about the story. Level 1, easy. Where did the lion live? Where did the mouse live? What did the lion like to show the rest of the crowd? Who did the mouse want to be like? Why? Draw a picture of your favorite part of the story. Questions about the story. Level 2, medium. Why was Mouse's life tough? He made himself brave and thought like a winner. Why did the mouse need to be brave? Write down 3 describing words about the lion, the mouse. Pick out 5 pairs of rhyming words you heard in the story. That's 10 words in total. Which character was your favorite? Why? Write a short paragraph of 5 to 7 sentences about this character. Reflecting on the story. Level 3, difficult. How did the mouse feel at the start of the story? How did the lion feel when it saw the mouse on the rock? What does the author mean when he says, he had found his true voice? What does the author mean when she says, we all have a mouse and a lion inside? What does the word brave mean? Who needed to be brave in this story? What would you like to be brave about? Talk about why you want to be brave and what you are already brave about.